If you are looking for training for your organisation, school, probation, prison, police station, whatever, I'll go into more details in a minute, you've come to the right place. We are professionals when it comes to training, and we've done an awful lot of it. If we start with schools, we have ex-SEN teachers, current SEN teachers, and a lot of people who have done a lot of training in schools. So we're quite happy to come into your school, or we can do Zoom training. We've done training for infant schools, junior schools, senior schools, sixth forms, colleges and universities. So we can train any of your teachers or any of your teaching staff or learning assistants in anything to do with ADHD, ASD, and very importantly, the comorbidities. So I'm talking about things like dyslexia, dyspraxia, dysgraphia, and there's another one. I've forgotten it. I always forget the fourth. But just going back to dysgraphia, this is really important. Dysgraphia is something that a lot of teachers haven't even heard of. But if a child has got ADHD and it's not diagnosed, and they're a child that knows everything, has got everything in their head but doesn't write things down, which can be infuriating for teachers when they know a child is bright but they don't write it down. This is often because they've got dysgraphia, and it's not a condition that a lot of people know about. But we do. So when we go into schools, we train teachers in all the ADHD traits, how to manage ADHD children, importantly, how to spot ADHD children, not from the very obvious, the one that's kicking off and throwing chairs at the teacher. He's easy to spot. But what about the girl at the back who's dreamy, in her own world, never concentrating, never focusing? Lovely, kind, gentle, sweet girl, but never in the room. She's ADHD as well. So we'll go through all the different sorts of ADHD and how to spot it in the classroom. We work with literally schools and colleges and universities all over the country. So we can come to you. We're very happy to come to you if you're in the UK. If you want to pay our plane fare, we'll even come abroad. But we're very happy to come to anywhere in the UK and train teachers, lecturers in ADHD. I will also mention there counselling and psychotherapy colleges and universities. It's critical that you are trained in ADHD as well. Not only will you have ADHD students, but your students are going to be working with ADHD clients. So we're very happy to come into universities, colleges who are training counsellors and psychotherapists and train your psychotherapists to spot ADHD in their clients, because ADHD people are more likely than any other people to end up in front of a therapist. And that's because with ADHD comes anxiety and depression. So it's critical that we come and train counsellors and psychotherapists who are in training. Now, in addition to that, we've got lots of other areas of expertise. We go into companies. We can help you understand how to manage your ADHD, ASD, and any of the comorbid conditions staff. You know that there are rules and regulations around handling people with disability. We have trainers who are fully trained up in difference and diversity, regulations in the workplace, reasonable adjustments. And we know that a lot of companies, because we talk to them, are really keen to know how to handle ADHD and ASD people, but they just don't know what the rules and regulations are. We do. So we can come into your company and explain exactly what legally you have to do for clients with ADHD, ASD, neurodiversity, and also what it's quite nice if you do. And also we can explain to you the strengths of these people and the areas they're likely to struggle. So we're passionate about training in companies as well. In addition to this, we're very, very passionate about the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system is packed with ADHD, and a lot of us, me included, are ex-prison counsellors. We've got ex-probation people. We've got currently serving police officers on our team, ex-police officers on our team. All of us know that the criminal justice system is rammed to the rafters with ADHD. I've worked in 4 prisons. I've also worked for 30 years with the homeless, and I've worked in addiction places. So I know that all of those places desperately need training in how to spot ADHD. We've got people like me who've done 30 years with the homeless. We've got 4 therapists who've each done 20 years in addiction services. We have, as I say, ex-SEN teachers, ex-police police staff, and ex-prison staff. So we're very passionate about coming into prisons, coming into police stations, coming into probation, and helping you understand ADHD and how to spot it, when it hasn't been spotted before, and how to get your clients assessed. I'll give you a very quick example. I had a client who'd been in and out of prison, and I rang his probation and I said to them, look, if you want to keep him out of prison, get him on ADHD meds, because that's what will transform him. This probation got this boy onto ADHD meds. He's never been back to prison. So probation, we're very, very strongly passionate about speaking to probation officers, because if you can spot the ADHD in your client and you can get them diagnosed on the medication, your work is done. They are very probably not going back to prison. But a lot of probation officers, through no fault of their own, don't understand ADHD. So we will come to whoever you are, whether you are the police, the prison service, a homeless hostel, addiction services, schools, universities, colleges, businesses, anybody. We are very, very happy to come and speak to your staff or whoever you want us to talk to about ADHD, about ASD, how to spot it, how to manage it, what reasonable adjustments you might want to put in place. And we will massively tailor our training to you and your staff and your clients. So don't worry that we're going to come in and start talking about pupils if we're in a homeless hostel. We know each of these worlds, and we will send the right trainers with the right experience to train your staff in ADHD, neurodiversity, and with very much taking into account your legal obligations and how you can actually use your neurodiverse staff to your benefit, because they have an awful lot to offer. But until you know what that is, it's very difficult to know how to manage these people with neurodiversity sometimes. We understand all of that. We're here to help you, and we will absolutely tailor our training to your organisation. So please get in touch with us, and we would be highly delighted to come either face-to-face or by Zoom if that's what you prefer. And we'd be highly, highly delighted to let you know everything we can about ADHD, ASD and neurodiversity.